What's up, Delora?
Hey, Ashley.
We are, at least on paper, officially at 400 episodes per my count, if you can freaking believe it.
Yes, because we do epic shit.
Well, there you go. There you go. My mom, I
Five
told
years
her, she was
in.
like, and I've listened to all 400. I cannot believe I've
God
listened to
bless
that many episodes.
your mother, because I can guarantee you, I do not have the same on my side.
I'm sure
They
you have,
are great
yeah.
supporters.
Yeah, plenty that have been riding with us. I mean, again, we talk about this in multiple episodes. Those first few episodes were long, baby.
They were
So
long,
for the
but they
OGs,
mean
we
so
appreciate
much to
you.
me. I
I
love them
mean,
so
we
much.
were, we were, we had such great energy. I hope y'all feel we still have great energy after 5 years on these mics
Yes,
doing the
yes. I
thing.
think I think what makes our podcast special is the fact that we have great chemistry, you know what I mean? And we have great conversations. And I'm always happy to see your point of view on things. And, you know, it's a, it's, I'm glad that we have this, I'm so glad that
Absolutely.
we have people who support us. So
Absolutely.
grateful.
Every single week. Like even when I'm tired, and some weeks I know you be tired, and we be like, okay, we gonna do it, and we get life from being able to do this, even
Yes.
when you're tired, because it's creativity. It's an opportunity to talk to all of our lovely listeners. Hello, Recap Nation,
Show
and
some
talk about some
consistency.
ish. Yeah.
Well, honestly, when I'm tired, I go black mama mode. Like I remember Kobe's like, you do it when you're sick. You do it when it's in the middle of the night. And I'm like, okay, Kobe.
Black Mamba out here. Yeah.
uh,
You show up and you show out. This we Michael Jordan with the flu, like
yes.
you keep going. Because one time, remember, I did have the flu and we still recorded. I
Well,
had to go like to the take a break, but we still recorded.
you know what? I'm so upset that our first season of Abbott Elementary, my voice was non-existent on that recording because I
Yeah.
was talking through sickness, and I usually when I get sick my voice is the first to go. And yeah.
Well, God bless. Thank y'all. Welcome back. It is our
Welcome.
Thursday episode, which means that we got to get into these pop culture streets, talk about some ish. If you guys are not tuning in, you can also watch this on YouTube. I know we drop this
Hi.
on Thursdays,
Very
and then the
millennial.
YouTube is out by the end of the week at least, or start of the week, depending on how you see Sunday, right? So just
Depending.
know that the show will always be out at least by the end start of the week.
Yeah. Well, here's
So
the deal. We're still learning how to edit video edit.
it's that, and it's also time, because again, this
Yes.
everything takes time, and we have full-time jobs and we have things going on. So as a
Yes.
two-woman band, one
We
band, one
are
sound.
it's so funny. I was like, we have an indie podcast, an
Mhm,
indie pop culture, like you said, two woman machine.
We rocking and rolling out here. But if anybody ever wants to lend us their services, we're very open to discussions. So just let us know. Keep us posted. All right.
Period.
All right, let's get into it, guys. Time for some headlines out here in these streets. So, first up, one that completely caught me off guard, because I'm like, what's the beef? Usher has sued his longtime friend, I guess we could say, and
Yeah.
one of his producers, Bryan Michael Cox. Reports surfaced this week that Usher is pursuing legal action. I'm reading from the Grio regarding a failed business venture. According to the recent filed lawsuit, Usher gave $1.7 million loan towards a restaurant in Atlanta. Months later, there was no progress on the project, and Usher reportedly requested that they reimburse him. Again, Bryan Michael Cox is one of the people named in the suit, along with a few other people who sounded like they went into this business venture together. The headline of the article that I'm looking at the Griot has a quote from Bryan Michael Cox saying, "My 27-year friendship with Usher remains fully intact." Okay, does Usher know that? Because I don't feel like I
Well,
would file a lawsuit against necessarily one of my friends if we could, if our friendship is fully intact.
the article I read from the AP pretty much said that Usher is suing the group, and Bryan is part owner of that group, but he said his portion is small or something along those lines. So, good for Usher. You put out an investment and you ain't go you're not seeing any movement.
I mean,
Give me my money
I'm
back.
not faulting Usher at all. What I'm saying is like, if let's use us as an example. If you had a business venture with a group of people and you're like, "Hey, Ashley, you want to go in on this? I gave you a little bit of change. That it fell through." What I would expect in friendship, right, is that we're going to be able to resolve it amongst ourselves, and I should not have to sue you in order to recoup my money. So that's what I mean. Like, I don't know how much I would feel our friendship is fully intact that I had to actually file a lawsuit. Like, you get with your business partners and you give me my fucking money. You know
He
what I
said that
mean?
he is a passive minority shareholder
Nah,
for one of the companies involved.
nah,
So,
nah. Cause did Usher go into this business venture because he's friends with you? Probably.
well, probably right to fork over that type of money. Granted, that's a drop in a bucket, but still, again, you want to see a return on your investment, ROI,
Run me my money, Bryan.
so to speak.
And what's crazy is too, I don't remember if I mentioned on the pod, but as I've been watching some other podcasts and listening to some things, Bryan Michael Cox recently was on a pod and was talking about his favorite Usher album was actually 8701 and not Confessions. And I was so on the same page with him. And I was like, yes, Bryan, I've been saying
A
this for
lot of
years.
people, yeah, I'm confession
8701
girly.
is it for me.
So here's the deal. You know what? I saw this the other week and I was so intrigued by it. I guess in 2004, every number one song on like the Hot 100 list was by a Black artist. So, I
Hey,
mean,
surprise, surprise.
and then again, what a time to be alive, y'all. What a time.
The good old
And it was
days.
like, that's when CC came out, with goodies. And
Sierra.
like Usher was on that list multiple times throughout that year because of Confessions. And I'm like, no wonder I love this album so much because it's the soundtrack of my high school.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Memories tied to a lot of
yeah,
that
let
music.
it
Yeah.
burn. So I say all that to say I have an emotional attachment to Usher Confessions. So,
Yeah.
and it was also very significant because this solidified Usher's stardom. Because I think it was his first album to go platinum, and it went platinum like multiple times.
It's no doubt the power of Confessions. No doubt that that is Usher's Thriller record in terms of sales and significance to the culture. But for me, 8701, I just love that album more in terms of a full body of work. How do you
And what's your
say,
favorite
"Can
song
you
from that?
help
Okay,
me?" Girl, I
yeah,
could we could go, it depends on the day and the mood. Like, I love that album down. And so it's in memories. Like, I remember being on the bus. I remember different things that tie me to 8701 summer, uh like a program I was in. Like, it was a vibe. We don't have to go continue to go down this rabbit hole. Usher, we love you. So I hope you get your
we
money, boo.
do.
I hope you get your money.
I
I meant
mean,
to
we
ask
did
you really
question him
quick.
going to Bezos' wedding, but other than that, we do love him.
Yeah. I meant to ask you real
Our stars
quick.
be making these mistakes though. Like,
Again, this generation is weak. I I want to ask you real quick though, and this just is an aside because you talked about Sierra. I've been seeing videos recently, like, I don't know if it's like the anniversary of Scream with Janet and Michael, but I've been seeing
ooh,
videos of, like, again, how much they ate that choreo, all this stuff, and how people
the
are
fact
like,
we only got one song.
the only modern equivalent to that would be like Sierra and Chris Brown. Would you want to see them recreate Scream video?
I don't need it. I mean, I think it'll be fun to see it, but I don't need it. And honestly, it doesn't even have to be CC. It could be Tiana Taylor. It could be like, I, this is,
I
I have a
love
question
Tiana
for you.
Taylor, but Sierra is my favorite female dancer right now of this
Oh, is
generation.
she
Yes.
okay?
Yes, she is.
I love Tiana Down. Her choreography and dance is always a
I
lot of
mean,
fun. But
she
when it
is.
comes to, see, I love CC too. I'm very
Sierra's just
indifferent.
smooth.
I don't have a strong opinion on it. What I
Yeah.
will say is this though, um, what sibling duo do you need a song for? Because of course I'm gonna say Beyonce and Solange. Like, yes, I know technically they're different.
Yeah.
Solange has definitely gone the artistic route, writing for freaking ballets and museums or what have you. But I want them to do a song together and a video, please. Thank you.
I've never even thought about that. Like, what siblings would I want outside of the ones who already do things together? Would I just hope for? But that's a good pairing. I mean, I will say, I think Beyonce would be thrilled to do it. I think Solange would be the one who's like, I'm cool. Like, I've carved my own lane. I do my own thing. I love you down. You are my sister, but you
Out
got Destiny's
here
Child. You got
designing
your own
furniture.
thing. Yeah, like because I do think there's a lot to be said for Solange's influence on Beyonce that people aren't always super
Yes,
aware of.
songwriter,
Yeah.
choreographer,
I mean,
directing videos.
cultural influences too. Like,
Yes,
so
yes.
I think it would be awesome. I just don't know if it's going to happen. But I will say I would love to see Sierra and Usher, not Sierra and Usher, Sierra and Chris Brown recreate Scream. Like, I know they've done videos before and done choreography together, but that choreo for Scream is hard. So I
It's
actually would
so
love to see
good.
it. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. We had the Governor's Awards that just
You
happened.
know what's in my head, right?
What?
You know that you do
It was
well,
just on
yeah.
the radio as I was coming home. I'm like, this song is like, is this the song of 2025? Because it goes
Love
hard
it.
to this day and you never get tired of it, which is shocking. You better hit that choreo. So the Governor's Awards just happened, and I think the biggest thing outside of some of the red carpet looks, which I did think some folks looked very, very good on that red carpet.
Amazing. Yes.
This Debbie Allen, Tom Cruise moment.
Ooh. First of all, I didn't know they were friends. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but he called her queen. Okay. Like,
I have such conflicted feelings about Tom Cruise. He is the king of
girl,
Scientology, and
girl.
yet he seems so cool.
So it's so funny that you say that because while I was watching his speech, two things can be true at the same time. He was soaking up that standing ovation like nothing I've ever seen in my entire life. He was pretty much like the stop hand, but also give it to me at the same time. It was giving that for me, that energy.
Tom Cruise
Second,
is the
his speech
movies, of
was
course.
but his speech was so generous and so beautiful when Sir busted out Debbie Allen's mom's quote from her poem, "To be brave, be beautiful, be free," by Vivian Ayers. I was like, oh, he didn't come to play. Like, that was gorgeous. But then at the same time, he's asking all these Hollywood heads to stand up. Like, if I've worked with you, stand up. I'm not gonna give everybody's names because I don't want to miss it. It's the audacity for me. So it's like, this is still the same man that Katie Holmes had to escape from. You know what I mean?
And Nicole.
And
He does
Nicole,
not speak to his non Scientology child.
yes.
He only speaks to the two who are still in that world and in that
Honestly, the
life.
rumor was they had to agree not to influence their child in any type of religious way because if she's not going to do Scientology, she's not going to do anything else type of deal. So it's a very interesting dichotomy, if you will.
Life seems to be full of them. Seems to be full of them. Cause yeah, I have a soft spot in my heart for Tom. Like I do think Tom is still one of is a movie star in my
Yes.
eyes. And
Yes, and
he's so
earned.
likable and has such good stories told about him and the way he treats people and all these things. And it's like, I'm sure some
Yes.
of that is influenced by the principles, the principles of whatever Scientology is ultimately supposed to be. But to do that and then also tolerate all the shenanigans and the separation of families and the abuse and all this stuff, like I just
Yes. It's
can't process it.
yes. Allegedly. Anyway,
Okay.
he might. I know, going clear. Um, he might be a narcissist. You know what I mean? But I don't know. He seems to have genuine emotion. Maybe that's where the acting comes in. I don't know. I don't know.
He is the
Honestly,
movies, so I don't know
I would
either. Like
love to
Tom
meet
Cruise
him
is
after
movies.
his speech. I was like, ooh, that was beautiful. But then it's that back and forth, Ashley. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't either. I mean, he was the person that Will Smith was trying to up
Yes.
that made him the
Yes.
superstar he was. He was like, Tom Cruise, this is who I'm trying to be. I want to be better, bigger than Tom. Like Tom was the ideal to
I
get to
mean, and
and
to your
surpass.
point of his like generosity and how he interacts with the fans, Will Smith was like, Tom Cruise went the entire line. I'm gonna go to the entire line, but longer. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. He
And
was a model
so,
for a movie star.
yes, yes.
I'm having a lot of interruption in my video, guys. So apologies when you watch this that there will be a little bit of a friction in the video, but we'll keep rocking and rolling. Congratulations to Debbie. Debbie was so emotional as well to finally get this type of recognition. Again, I
So
slept on her
beautiful.
as a child. So as an adult, all hail my girl, Debbie Allen.
This is Debbie Allen fan club podcast over here because like the fact that she out here got her own Barbie.
Hmm.
We honestly were just talking about her. I can't wait for her documentary to come out. In some ways, her documentary, like they kind of touch upon it on her
The dance one.
the dance
Hmm.
documentary on Netflix, produced by Shonda Rhimes. But I want more.
Oh,
I want
absolutely.
more.
Actually, I would love to have a lot more insight from her sister with
Honestly, I would
interviews
love
as
an
well.
Allen sister situation. Honestly,
Yeah.
the Allens better up their mama because when she in that speech was listing off her brothers and her sisters, everybody was accomplished. I
Black
mean,
excellence.
black excellence. Um, Felicia Rashard, uh, Tony Award winning director, like, icon, TV legend. She has a brother who's a jazz musician. And then the other brother who didn't go into the arts is like the president of a bank. Like, I want to know, what did Vivian feed her children? Like, I
Yeah,
need to know these
exactly.
things, okay?
Exactly.
Because it's phenomenal, phenomenal.
Yeah. I always think of how Anna Wintour said that she's like the one in the family that they don't consider to be a big deal because she didn't go like into like academics and science and all these things like her siblings. And I'm like, you're Anna Wintour.
Your drive, your discipline
You are
alone.
Anna Wintour. Who cares if it went into fashion? Like you are an icon in the industry that you're in. So yeah, it's amazing to me for sure. So congratulations to those people's parents and to them for all of their success.
But Debbie had me cracking up talking about me and Oscar. We gonna go. I feel like we married now.
Yeah, I didn't realize she choreographed the Oscars 7 times. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes. She
That's
has a
amazing.
long lasting relationship with Oscar. Again, she has done so much behind the scenes. I feel like we don't even fully understand the breadth. And
Yeah.
maybe that's where she met Tom because they seem like best friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations, man. I love it. Cynthia back there beaming. I love it.
Queen was
Love
there
it.
too.
All right, Delora, let's move on to Miss Tori Kelly, one of my ultimate faves vocally. She has given birth
Yes.
to her first child, a baby boy, with her husband Andre. 11/11/25 was the official delivery date. And
That's
her
so
son's
beautiful.
name is Zayden Michael Murillo. She seemed like she had been pregnant for a while too. So I was like,
Ashley, that
girl.
was the first thing I was gonna say. I was like, she's still pregnant. Like, I don't know if she showed us too soon or something, but I was like, okay, that baby bump is bumping.
Yeah, man.
And this is so beautiful because this comes, I think, about a year after her critical hospital stay.
Hmm.
And
That
so
was
to see that,
2023, actually. So it's been a
was it
couple
okay? So it was a
years.
couple of years, but
Yep.
still, um, I'm just so happy for her. I'm so happy
Hmm.
for her. She has one of those people, she's one of those people who has seems to have the sweetest spirit.
Yes.
And it comes through with her music. That's why we're fans.
And also
So
vocally, my girl's gifted. Like, if y'all have not listened to Tori Kelly, like seriously listen to Tori Kelly, her vocal runs, her vocal ability is incredible. So check her
yes.
out if you
And it's
haven't.
the holiday season, and so her
That
Christmas
Christmas
album is one of my
album.
favorite. And I always
Indeed.
say this all the time. One of my favorite songs by her is I Was Made for Loving You featuring Ed Sheeran, from her Unbreakable Smile album.
First
Oh,
heartbreak for me. That
so
song goes
beautiful.
acoustic version, especially if she performed it on the rooftop. Her version of Joyful Joyful on the Christmas
Yes.
album is a
Yes,
winner, baby. The whole album is great though. And to your
it
point,
is.
it is time to start listening to Christmas music. I'm so excited. Oh my God. It's gonna be great.
We busted out
JoJo
the
has a
Christmas
great
tree
one.
or
You
last
said
year,
you
last
did or
week.
you didn't? You
We
did?
did.
Got it.
Yeah. We're going out of town though. So, in a way, this year has been going, I'm like, we need the lights,
Yeah.
we need
A
the
little joy.
happiness, a little bit of joy.
Little joy in the world.
Girl.
Absolutely. All right. Well, last but not least in headlines, Chadwick Boseman is being honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame posthumously. He will be receiving it on November 20th, which will be the day that this episode drops for everybody listening. And speakers will be Ryan Coogler, Viola Davis, and Chadwick's wife, Simone, who will accept the honor on his behalf. You know what's crazy? When I saw this, I was like, why did I think he already had a star? I
Oh,
thought
you
he
thought?
already had a star before now.
Mm,
But
mm.
it's great that he's getting the recognition, obviously, and his legacy continues. I mean, he was a shining star in life, and getting this type of honor in his passing will, continue to make sure that his memory and his contributions to art and to cinema, live well beyond him.
Absolutely. I think this is beautiful. I can't believe it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
So heartbreaking. His legacy is just, it's phenomenal, especially when you know and you realize how much of his pivotal and long lasting work happened while he was actively fighting
Yep.
for his life.
Yep.
Again, talk about putting in the work for real. Like, so inspiring.
Yep.
It
Agreed.
makes me sad. I can't talk anymore.
Okay. Well, congratulations to his loved ones again for this level of recognition is beautiful. So let's move on to our hot topics today. Let's start with these Epstein files because this has been
Let's.
ridiculous sideshow theatrics for going on what, a week and a half at this point.
We didn't
And
even talk about the big to do.
we haven't talked about anything on wax about this. So the first thing that really caught my timeline and my friend group and my chats was Bubba and
Yes, ma'am.
these sexual liaisons between Trump and Bubba. And is this Bill
Yes.
Clinton? Did this happen? Why did this happen? And why was Jeffrey talking about it over email? So,
To his brother.
to his brother.
And why
So,
does Putin have pictures?
what's really good with this situation in your mind? Is this legit, or is this just like, this is fun, this is funny, let's run with it?
Trump act- Trump absolutely did that shit. Like, I am completely convinced. Now, whether or not it's Bill Clinton remains to be seen, but the fact that it could be also tracks. You
Yeah,
know
his
what I mean?
brother's claiming it's not, but it, what you think?
But
You think I'm just gonna believe your word?
do you know what the alternative is?
What?
You don't know?
No, what's the alternative people are
I'm
saying?
not going to say it on the mic. A horse.
What? Okay.
Epstein's girlfriend apparently had a horse named Bubba.
Okay. Well, that would be more disturbing, obviously.
Correct.
But I high key hope it's true.
Allegedly.
Not the horse thing, but I high key hope that he was
And
getting down with
honestly,
Bill.
the way everybody replayed 2016 debates,
Yeah. The way he was looking at Hillary. I said I think I was talking to my dental hygienist because we went, what's up, Laura? Girl, we had some conversations during my
you be having
cleaning.
conversations with everyone.
I
Oh
do.
my
But me and my
gosh.
dental hygienist, we go back. She has been my dental hygienist for a very, very long time since I was a pup. And so, like, we hug, it's a whole thing. So, she and I talked about this, and I was like, he finds Bill Clinton finds new ways to embarrass Hillary on a daily basis.
In every decade as
Because
well.
how,
Like,
sir, how is it? Why
did
is
he
this?
not? Why wasn't he able to keep it in the pants?
What?
Like,
Even the video, and y'all tell me if it's real or AI, of him tapping that man's
yes.
private parts like that.
I was like, he stayed in that
Grown man to
zone
grown
for
man.
way too long. And again, I'm like, this is a rich white man's problem. I don't understand any of.
Grown man to grown man. What are we doing?
Is this what they do at the country club? Like,
I'm so shocked and appalled, but I also know that, Epstein said that Trump is like the worst person he'd ever met in his life.
correct.
So I'm sure there was a purpose to whatever he thought he was doing.
They were best friends too. So for your best friend to say that, I'm gonna keep saying allegedly, about you also says a lot about your character.
And also a known pedophile and
Yes.
trafficker to say that
Yes.
about you, that you're the
Yes.
worst person
And
they've
and
ever
then we're
met.
talking about these files, but there are legit cases that were leading up. Again, where were all these cases when this man was running for office?
Yeah. So what do you think now about the fact that as of, hour or two ago, the bill has been signed and the Justice Department is going to allegedly publicly release all of its Epstein files finally?
I feel like they tampered it or something. I have no faith in whatever is going to be actually released
None.
because I thought this was going to be the thing, right? To finally push this man out. But that's all I got, Ashley. I don't.
I absolutely think they've been tampered with because, in my mind, there's no way otherwise that he would have ever let anything incriminating about him really
Correct.
slip out in these streets. So,
Even though he's already a convicted felon.
yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's if it's sexually salacious, he'll be fine. But if it's anything like truly incriminating that could send him to prison, he's going to have done his due diligence to get rid of all of that. So we'll see, though. Like, good luck to all the journalists who again are going to do a mad dash to figure all this out and use AI tools to summarize and do whatever they need to do.
But can I tell you, Ashley, I'm very intentional on not going to social media first thing in the morning, because I need to regulate my own nervous system before the world does it,
Mm-hmm.
But that morning when I woke up and read those messages, I screamed. I was like, David was asleep. I'm pushing. I'm like, Dave, the
It's like,
emails,
girl, what
the emails.
is wrong with you? They was probably like, you woke me up out of my good sleep,
I was like, Baba.
bro. At first I didn't think that the emails were real. I was like, this can't be
It's what they
legitimate.
were low res.
Yeah, like who doctored this? And I also said to my dental hygienist, guys, bear with me. I was like, yo, why were people conversing over email the way we do over text? Like,
I
why were y'all
know.
sending emails back and
It's a
forth like
generational
this?
thing. It has to be
Yeah.
because I have never had a conversational
No.
email in my life. Okay.
No. Sending just random stuff. I'm like, this was the text before there was text, clearly. Like, this is what y'all used.
But be sure I am probably dated because I write in sentences when I text,
Oh,
unlike
thank
the
God.
youngums where it's like emojis.
I don't even like certain abbreviations anymore. Like, if you say please, don't send me PLZ, bro. Like, don't do it. You're gonna straight piss me off. Like, it's like two more letters, three more letters. Like, just go ahead.
WYD, Ashley.
You know, one of my coworkers sent me what did she send me? Something the other yesterday, and I was like, what does this mean? She sent it over Slack, and I was like, girl, you can't send me stuff like I don't know what this means.
First of all, it was a colleague for me who's actually older than me, but his kids are like high school, college. But he sent me TYD. I was like, TYD. And it was like, thank you, Delora. That was
Bro, straight
I,
pissed me
I
off.
am very much, I'm a very much a best girly. That one, let's start there. But when I say thank you, I make sure to do a capital T for my thank and a capital Y for my you. I'm very like weird and intentional in that way. Like, and if I have a relationship with you, I'll do an exclamation point.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah,
it's a different time, but we'll push through. So let's move on. Met Gala 2026. Originally was so excited, had a theme, costume art,
originally,
whatever that
yep.
means. We'll see. Always exciting. First Monday in May. And then I found out that Jeff Bezos is the primary sponsor of the event for 2026.
You
So
can't forget and Lauren
I'm not,
Sanchez
that's not her
Bezos.
money. I don't know. She doesn't get
She is
names.
spending his
Sure,
money,
that's between him and her, but he's
but
that you not
they're a
on the
couple
checks.
now.
Whatever.
They're married
You not on
now.
the checks until you're Mackenzie and you have your own. That's that man's
Shout
money.
out to Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Okay. She has been consistent with her pledge of bequeathing her money to HBCUs.
Yeah. So, bottom line, Delora, are you watching the Met Gala next year? Are you supporting the Met Gala next year? Are you
Absolutely
excited for
not.
the Met Gala next year?
So when I saw the announcement, I was extremely excited. I even put it in our stories because, we love a theme. This year's theme was so much fun. Again, so appreciative that they took the time to acknowledge Black culture, Black American culture,
I'm so glad that that
because
was this year and not next year.
yes, yeah, of course. Um, but when I found out they were behind it's giving the Capitol a la Hunger Games. You know what I mean? So
Presidents, no.
no, especially because you are willing to, again, full circle, support a known felon in jail person PDF
Yeah.
for tax breaks. Where's your moral compass? Like, I don't know. This is where it's just like, where do you stand your ground and when do you play nice, right? Like, I feel like in this country or culture, is, money over everything. So you are
Yep.
going to schmooze and rub elbows with any and everybody you have to. But when do we call a thing a thing?
Yep. Yep. I mean, this if I was a celebrity, I would definitely be boycotting this particular Met Gala if I was invited because I don't like how insidious Jeff Bezos has become in pop culture and in
Yeah.
the creative spaces. I mean, we already see how he has ingratiated himself with some of the big wigs, the Oprahs, the Tyler Perrys, the Kardashians we talked about with the birthday party and all this stuff. And it seems like
Yeah.
he continues to, and there's no there's not enough outspokenness about it from the upper echelon of Hollywood for me to feel comfortable. Like I could see if there was
Yeah.
some people who were sipping the Kool-Aid and then others who were adamant. I've seen some like the not superstars speak out against it. Like I saw Billie Eilish said some shit, but like
Well, yeah.
I need all of y'all to she said some shit about Musk, but I'm just saying I need all of y'all to be sounding the alarm way more than you are about this level of like insidiousness that's starting to permeate. Like media and in Hollywood and all this stuff has been notoriously liberal for a very very long time, and that has permeated the culture of what that means in terms of diversity, inclusion, LGBTQIA, all these groups, these marginalized groups that I always felt like Hollywood was this safe space for them, and yet you're going to accept donations from someone who is supporting the complete opposite of that in agenda, in policy, in lifestyle, in rhetoric. Like that is an oxymoron. And I just don't know how anybody, especially Anna Wintour and some of these people in these creative spaces, can just go along with this shit for the sake of a buck. Like there's other money out here. You do not need Jeff
Well,
Bezos's money.
they are trying to buy their way through culture because they it's so funny because when it comes to like school, the arts are always the first to be cut from the budget, but it's the arts that has the lasting impact, sometimes longer than the business moguls, you know what I mean? But I think that's why shows like The Gilded Age is very interesting because we're going through that cycle again where there's like just a bunch of really wealthy people, and the reason why their names still exist is because they started investing in culture, like the Carnegie Halls and the Rockefeller Centers, and that's what it's giving. So I'm like, it's
I
not like
hate
he
it
can
for
put a
us.
flag on Mars right now, so he's going to put his stamp on the Met
I hate it for us. Y'all are really trying to rob me of many things that I love.
and enjoy.
These are my places of and outlets, and um, I hate to see it. I hate to see it for all of us. So I will not be supporting the Met Gala 2026, and we'll see how things continue to go and what else I may have to drop. I've said before, there's a lot of things that I've had to give up over these last several years, entertainment wise, that I didn't want to have to, but I'll continue to do it if y'all keep fucking around like this. So we'll see. Delora, let's move on to our final hot topic, which is Wicked, New York City premiere, darling, because this is the week of Wicked that we are in, right? This is Wicked for Good has dropped. Reviews are in. I'm ignoring you all. This was the big time Big Apple premiere. Cynthia lost her voice. She was not
She
able to do
did.
any interviews. Ariana skipped as well out of solidarity. But this,
Yeah,
as beautiful of a moment it is, it also feels like the end of an era.
it is.
And how are you, as a also, Uber fan, feeling as we're kind of coming to a close of this experience with them?
Honestly, it's not over for me yet.
It's not over
we
till
had
it's over.
It's not over till it's over. we have our tickets and
We
we're going to
do.
be seeing it this weekend, but I don't think it's hit me yet in that way, right? And for them, obviously they've been in it much much longer. The fact that they filmed the movie back to back, and had the press tour last year and the press tour this year, um you know I can't wait to go back to Oz, especially John Chu's Oz. It was so gorgeous and vibrant. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what you know, a self-assured alphabet looks like.
Mm, mm. I don't know if I'm ready, but I'm also ready. Like, I think what shocked me is prior to the first film, I wasn't super hyped. Like, I was excited, but it wasn't like I had been listening to the soundtrack and I had been thinking about this. And then after how that first film just hit me, I
It's
have
so freaking
been
good.
I have been 10 toes down for, again, the musical chemistry between Ariana and Cynthia, and then just so excited to see this second film. So I'm not ready to say goodbye. I also was thinking during the press tour, like as annoying as people felt that Ariana and Cynthia were together in interviews like that, they were also very sweet, very wholesome. And I was thinking, like,
Yeah,
man, I bet like like it's going to be hard for them to part ways and not be together
I
and spend as
know.
much time together as they have been. So like I was kind of sad for that too, just like for their friendship. And it's Hollywood, so yeah, they'll run into each other and I'm sure they'll stay close, but it's different when you're with someone 24/7 the way that they have been
Absolutely.
with the promotion. So I am kind of sad, but also again very excited and looking forward to going to see the film. I was contemplating going to the movies on Friday to see something else with one of my friends. And I said, absolutely not. Because if I go to the theater and I overhear someone talking about Wicked, I'm gonna be so upset. And like, you can't control the conversations people have at the movie
No,
theater. So I said, I will not do that. I will stay away until Saturday morning when we go see this movie.
that's so funny. Um, I also feel like we have award season. Like maybe that's why I also don't feel like it's over
That's
yet.
true. That's true.
Um,
That's true.
so like
Very true.
once Oscar happened, then we could probably talk about it. But they've been nominated for Grammys, and they'll probably be nominated for Golden Globes and SAGs and all that. So because they are going to get nominated, whether or not they're going to win, I don't know. The competition is slowly making itself clear because we're in that season where they're trying to pick the faves. You have
Tell
the
y'all
Vanity
now.
Fair article with
If
all
y'all
the
give
boys.
Ariana an Oscar and y'all don't give Cynthia an Oscar,
Listen,
I
they would try it.
will have a meltdown.
So here's the deal. So
Meltdown.
my deal is, would Ariana be considered supporting or lead though for good? Because I
I
feel like
don't
she
know.
has a bigger role.
I thought she was
Because
being put up for supporting.
yeah, well, she was before because
I
she
mean,
was already nominated. But
even the
for
way I
this one
heard she was being
too.
positioned, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, and that's usually the route. Because that's what Catherine Zeta did, and that's how she got her Oscar. What I was gonna say is, who would you pick though? Because in my mind, Woomy and Haley are up there, should be nominated for Best Supporting. Um, because I hope Sinners have a bloody good time at the award season this year. You know what I mean? Who would you
Absolutely.
pick between those three ladies? But I guess we haven't seen For Good yet, but yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I root for everybody black, so I'm not gonna be able to give it
Woomy.
to Ari. Sorry. Love you down, but it ain't personal.
What she say?
So
Your body still remember me.
yeah. But Ariana Grande does deserve awards. Let me be very, very clear. Her performance as Glinda is one for the books. I had the pleasure, and it's going to be a hidden gem next week, just so I can talk about it a little bit more. I had the pleasure of going to see the Wiz stage musical over the weekend, and ah, Black people, I love y'all. Like, they do a talk back, or not even talk back. They do a thing before the show where they talk about the history. I didn't know Luther Vandross was credited as one of the composers of some of the songs for The Wiz.
Oh,
The real
really?
history between Stephanie Mills not losing out the role to Diana Ross, and some of these things that I had heard over the years, but I
What's
didn't
the
have full context
tea?
for. So the tea is that, Diana Ross was 34, 35. So she went to Barry
Correct.
and was like, yo, I need to play this role. And Barry was like, no, you're too old. So, and we already got Steph. We're taking her from stage. She's gonna be in the movie. She went around Barry Gordy to, I think, Universal or wherever it was, and she said, "Yo, I am going to be Dorothy." Okay. And
This is why
they
people used to say they didn't
agreed.
like her back in the day.
I
But
mean, you can't
she made
knock,
up mind.
yeah, you can't knock shit. You can't knock her for advocating for herself, but was she too
True.
old to play Dorothy? Yeah. I mean, we still see that today with
So
these grown
much.
ass people playing teenagers.
Listen, you know it's bad when Whitney was like, I had the rights to Cinderella, but I just had, Bobby Christina, and I was not about to play Cinderella. I was too old.
No.
She even said, I didn't want to do a Diana Ross.
I'm not delusional. I'm not delulu. I know what I'm gonna look like on
Diana
screen.
Ross had 5 children singing,
Get on down the road.
When I think of home, I think of a place.
And let me tell you, one thing that always just strikes me when I go see a stage performance is, y'all, people who perform on stage, they can't just sing. They can
Sang.
sing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Night
That
after night.
cast, baby, that cast. Scarecrow was the MVP, that's for sure. That actor who plays the
Yeah.
Scarecrow for the musical, phenomenal. But overall, in totality, it's like, God damn, y'all can sing. You know what I mean? And it
Mm.
was beautiful. But I will say this about Wicked for Good. I just have such high expectations this time that I need to recalibrate so that I don't overdo it, because again, I went to the first one, I didn't have any super high expectations and I was so blown away that I don't want to overshoot this one. I don't want to be
Yeah.
like, I was up here and then these one two things. Like, no, I just want to have a great experience. I want to really enjoy it. I want to live in this music, live in this world, to your point with John Chu, and just, embrace this art that they've given us that is a once in a lifetime magical moment in cinema.
And there are original songs for good. So I'm excited for, especially for those if you're familiar with the musical. So that's something to look forward to. So yeah. I'm excited
Oh,
for the sets. I'm excited for Sexy's Man of Live 2025. Jonathan
Jonathan.
Bailey. I'm excited for
Absolutely.
Cohen Domingo.
Absolutely. It's going to be one for the books, guys. So we will definitely post holiday bring back our thoughts and review on Wicked for Good. So stay tuned to that. But in the meantime, we will have one more episode that's dropping. So, Delora, what are you recapping for the people next week?
Ashley, we are doing a documentary of a legend. It always
Legend.
blows my mind. Like, I feel like legend isn't really a big enough term for him. I recently read that he's like a titan, and I'm like, I like that because it's
Titan
like
of industry.
titan of industry because his influence is so far reaching and he was so intentional with it too that makes his story so inspirational. I'm talking about the Eddie Murphy being Eddie on Netflix.
He's a star, baby. A
Yes.
star.
Yes, he is.
All right. Well, we'll be back to talk about Eddie, his mansion, his
Girl,
movies, his
girl.
legacy,
When I grow up.
his 10 children, all the things. All the things. Yeah. When he's like, I'm a homebody, it's like, well, goddamn, of course. Like, where else do I need to go?
You
You know?
you would
What else I
never
need to
see
do?
me.
What
Why would I
exactly?
ever leave?
Come to the crib. Cause I got everything you need right here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. found myself smiling a lot throughout. And I think I hold just the celebrities that we grew up knowing as kids will always have a very special place in my heart. They
They've always
are
been there.
our Mount Rushmore people.
Yeah.
So I was definitely smiling throughout this whole documentary. And then I also love Charlie Murphy. So to see him
Yes.
incorporated through it made me very happy. Not that I didn't think he would be, but I just mean,
Yeah.
seeing him again is always makes me happy. So we'll get into that. Guys, in the meantime, please share this episode out with everybody you know. Again, whether you want to do an audio, video when the video drops, please do. We appreciate the support. We appreciate you coming back to us every single week to get our thoughts and opinions. We do not take it for granted. Thank you so much. We'll be back with that recap, and then we'll be taking a little break for the holiday. But in the meantime, as always, be blessed.
All right, bye. Ashley. So, my family's going through a hard time. This week we lost my little cousin. His name is Dominic Wayne Rice. He's the son of my dear cousin, Aysha. And his death was unexpected and senseless. He was a beautiful young man who loved his mother, who loved his family, and who was an inspiring singer. And I love my cousin Aysha. I don't talk to her often. But when I had the opportunity to talk to her, she was like, "Can you share his song on the podcast?" And I told her yes. And so it is my privilege to share. His stage name was Se7en. So that's SE, the number 7EN. He also has a YouTube. But the song I'm gonna share is called Solitude. So that's all I got.
Yeah. In my solitude, I can tell who really here. And nobody was here to help me face my fears. I was climbing up them stairs alone. I had to face my fears alone. I had to wipe my tears alone. I had to feed my people, yeah. I had to make it happen, had to make my way. Nobody was here to help me make these plays. Standing at the bottom of the pit. Had to climb out cause nobody gave me shit. Nobody was shaking my hand. Nobody was really my friend. People in my DM just my fan these days. People just tryna get a band these days. People just tryna get ahead these days. Nobody really gonna be your friend these days. In my solitude I can think straight. In my solitude I can make a way. In my solitude, I could make a plan. And I don't got no time, shake none of your hands. Cause I don't need no more friends. Only thing I really need is these bands. The only thing I'm working for is these fans. The only thing I'm working for is these grants. I'm only working for these grants.